Good morning, class. I am Teacher Mark and we'll be having an interesting topic today. Does everyone's here? Please type present on the message or comment section below and Miss Letras will take a screenshot. Alright? Great. By the way, thank you Miss Magubat for the prayer. Before moving up in our new discussion, let's have a recap for the last discussion. Class, based on what Group 1 discussed, how do you understand, in your own words, the word personality? Anyone from the class? Thank you. You truly study your lesson, class. Now, moving on, we will be talking all about personality characteristics and how it develops. Did you know, class, that in the end of our discussion this morning, you will be able to number one, explain the process of how personality develops through brainstorming of ideas and examples. Number two, reflect on the importance of identifying personality characteristics by citing major implications. Number three, demonstrate the concept of personality development using a flowchart. Are you ready, class? Type mabuhay in the message section if all of you are ready for today's discussion. Wow! At this moment, let's have an activity. Miss Ahon, what is our activity today?
This activity entitled Getting to Know Myself. Direction. Write down 5 personality traits about yourself in message or comment section in 2 minutes. Think about at least 5 or more personality traits that you have. Write them down and take a few sentences to describe why you think the personality traits applies to you. Make sure at least one of them is positive, good personality trait that you see in yourself. Also, list one personality trait that is negative or bothering you in some way. Don't use your physical appearance as a way to describe yourself. Focus only on your personality.
Thank you, class. Now, remember everything all of you write and let's reflect on that later. Okay? Class, do you have a previous knowledge how personality characteristic develops? Did you know that as time goes by, those characteristics from us one and that makes our personality holistically? But sir, is it normal that we are changing through the years? Yes, experiences can result changes to our personality. So, basically, sir, if we choose our own path of life, can we determine what personality characteristics we may have? Now, let's watch this video titled Lazy John versus Hardworking John. This is the story of Lazy John and Hardworking John. Every time they woke up, they choose whatever the foods they want to eat. Lazy John choose junk foods and soft drinks to eat, while hardworking John choose vegetables and fruits. They live differently. During his rest days, Lazy John just sat down on the couch watching TV, while hardworking John setting up his goal. When going to work, Lazy John always listened to the bad news, while hardworking John listened to books and develop his listening skills and discover new stories. While in work, Lazy John set aside his works and started scrolling up on his Facebook, while hardworking John starts early his work. They choose differently on taking up on exercise. During overtime, Lazy John chose to talk to Mark and hang out, while hardworking John chose to extend his hours for him to be able to finish his work on time. After that, he will be going to hang up with her friends. And that day, they repeat their practices every day. That's how lazy John and hardworking John do. You, do you want to become a lazy John or a hardworking John where he starts his day with a good mood and finish his task early? Do you think that the personality of lazy John could make his life better or hardworking John to make his life comfortable and good? Did you see now the difference and how we can choose our personality? Yes, we can choose whatever the personality we take. It's depend on what our actions to be done. With this, we can say that we can always be a lazy Jan and we can always be a hard working Jan. Now, what do you think is the answer? You are correct. It's a yes. If we set goals considering the choices we make, we can create our own characteristic of personality. Sir, do we have other determinants on how characteristics of personality develops? Yes, there are three main factors how personality characteristic develops. Number one is the hereditary. Hereditary refers to the factors that are determined once an individual is born. An individual's psyche, attractiveness, body type, complexion, body weight depend on his or her parents' biological makeup. Sir, can you say that if I'm tall, should I be a basketball player? No, because we have these two other factors contracting or constructing the hereditary concept. These are the number two, which is environmental. The environmental to which an individual is subjected to during his growing years plays an important role in determining his or her personality. The varied cultures in which we are brought up and our whole family backgrounds have a crucial role in shaping our personalities. If we surround ourselves with more lazy John, we can end up just like lazy John. The third one is situation. An individual's personality also changes with current circumstances and situation. For example, an individual would behave in a different way when he has enough savings with him, and his behavior would automatically change when he is bankrupt. We can also say that lazy John becomes lazy as he may encounter disappointments and negativities in his life. In conclusion, personality characteristic development refers to how the organized patterns of behavior that make up each person's unique personality emerge over time. Many factors go into it, as what I've explained earlier, such as environmental, parenting, and social variables. Perhaps, most importantly, it is ongoing interaction of all these influence that continue to shape personality over time. We are talking all about characteristics of personality development. Let us know what are those characteristics that we should be able to develop. Miss Latras, Miss Manggubat, and Miss Ahon will be discussing all about the characteristics of personality. Can we say that personality is invisible? Or it is caused by through a phenomenon? Does personality is good nor bad? Let's see.
Good day everyone, I am Joyce Mlatras. Today, I'm going to tackle about the characteristics of personality. The first one is personality is not related to bodily structure alone. It includes both structure and dynamics. But why is it that personality is not related to bodily structure alone? According to Young, Personality is the totality of behavior of an individual with a given tendency system interacting with a sequence of situation. Lawrence A. Puen said, personality represents structural and dynamic properties of an individual or individuals as they reflect themselves in characteristics, responses to situation. So, personality of an individual matters on how they react or respond to a certain situation. Just like for example, we as a student, we have a different personalities that will determine our characters. I have this personality that I'm a snubber at first, but when you get my trust, I can be your mood lifter, a friend you can rely on. The second one is personality is an invisible unit. But why is personality is an invisible unit? Our personality is our asset in our everyday lives. Just like for example, we can build our friendship through our personality. And it is invisible unit of personality that takes place when we have built a camaraderie towards others. The third one is personality is neither good nor bad. One's personality depends on the situation. You cannot show goodness when you're angry, and you can never be bad when you're happy. So, personality is neither good nor bad depending on the situation. Many of us grew up learning the very real difference between being good and being bad. When we behave in a way that our parents or authority figures wanted us to behave, we were called good and were rewarded. For example, I'm good because I feel great, and I'm bad because I'm not in the mood. So, personality is neither good nor bad depending on the situation. The next one is personality is not a mysterious phenomenon. But why is that personality is a mysterious phenomenon? So, lady, can you discuss it to them?
Hi, I am Lady Vanessa L. Manggubat and I will tackle about the fourth characteristic of personality. Personality is not a mysterious phenomenon. Why personality is not a mysterious phenomenon? It is not a mysterious phenomenon because there are factors that determine an individual personality. Freud deals with the identification of self-concept. Self-concept includes the things or factors got by nature like genes. Example, hereditary, biological formation, and by nurture. Hereditary means or refers to those factors which predisposes to certain physical, mental, and emotional states. Hereditary is the transmission of qualities from ancestor to descendants. Children are born in a family, inherits traits and features from their parents. Children get physical and psychological characteristics from their parents that becomes a part of their personality. Some of the inherent traits are coward, courage, intelligence, weakness, and many more. For example, Hannah is very kind and respectful. People expect that already because she came from a respectful family. When we observe people around us, one of the first things that strike us is how different people are from one another. It means that every person has a unique personality. Each one of us represent a unique mix of personality traits. What makes you unique? Some people are love bright lights while others are not. Some people are talkative while others are very quiet. Some people are active, while others are couch potatoes. And some worry a lot, while others are never been anxious. For example, Max Payne can easily get along with other people, while Nina is very shy and quiet. The sixth characteristic of personality is personality refers to the persistent qualities of the individual. It expresses consistency and regularity. Personality is made up of the characteristic patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behavior of the individual. Personality originates within the individual and fairly consistent throughout life. Personality exhibits distinctive qualities of a person, especially those distinguishing personal characteristics that make one social appealing. If a person wins in, in an election on his own, society may say that she or he has won more on personality than capability. There is generally recognizable order and regularity to behaviors. Essentially, people act in the same way or similar way in a variety of situations. Individuals must be somewhat consistent across situations in the behaviors related to the trait. For example, if they are talkative at home, then they are tend to be talkative at work. In main point, personality develop through hereditary, which make us unique as an individual. Personality not only influenced by heredity, but also factors like social, cultural, and other factors of personality that is acquired.
Thank you, Miss Mangubat. So the next characteristic is personality is acquired. So what do you think? Is personality inborn or acquired? So both nature and nurture can play a role in personality. Personality traits are complex, and research suggests that our traits are shaped by inheritance and environment. Yes, our personality is nature because our parents taught us how to be a good person when we were young, and time goes by, you carried that personality of yours as you grow or as we grow. It also nature because we acquired it through engaging different people or influenced by other. So example, let's put it in real situation. I work as a service crew. I encounter different people with different personalities. So me as a crew, I saw how my manager handled the customer with different attitudes in different situations with low and gentle voice. So I realized that I should apply, acquired, strengthen, and develop my personality to be more patient in dealing with customer, so that I can able to maintain a good communication with other people. The last characteristic is personality is influenced by social interaction. It defined in terms of behavior. Because when we interact with others, the context in which our actions take place plays a major role in our behavior. So this means that our understanding of object, words, emotions, and social cues may differ on where or how we encounter them. So example, imagine you see a man in fear. So your reaction depends on his facial expression. So example, he raised his eyebrows and wide open eyes. So by that means you conclude that that person is afraid of or experience of fear. Another example is you accidentally bump with your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend and you saw her reaction like this, rolling his eyes to you and snub you. So, based on her reaction, you conclude that she's still mad or insecure to you because you know that you are better than her. Therefore, managing our personality is necessary because this may affect our relationship with other people, even in our family and relatives. Especially, we know that we have different characteristics on attitudes to be handled. So, personality matter the most. By the way, I am Daryl Joy Ahon, and that would be all. Thank you.